Here's your daily updates. Newsman Dennis Daily offers his take on the events of the day in another daily video blog.
Hi, and thanks again, everybody. You caught me as I am just preparing to get some popcorn out of what I call my popcorn popper into a bowl. I actually use, as a popcorn popper, this electric skillet. And it seems to do a great job, and it's not going to work for everybody, but let me show you my system. You know, I'm not actually sure where I got this electric skillet. It had to be at a thrift store, and I put in 3 glubs of oil here. Glub, glub, glub. That's it. I can't afford peanut oil. I'd love to use peanut oil. And then I get this unpopped popcorn out of the... Hold on. I open up my unpopped popcorn and dump exactly that much in... That's it, into the kettle. Now the key here is you want to slosh the popcorn around so that every kernel is covered with oil, and you want to knock some out of the pan while you're doing this. Now level it all up, let them start to get hot, and the idea of these loose kernels is that exactly the amount of time it takes you to scoop them up and put them back in the pan, that's the amount of time the pan needs to properly warm up. Then flatten everything out like that, put a lid on it, and leave it alone. See, that's what I discovered about this electric skillet, and yours might not work that way. But I turn it all the way up, and voila, everything starts popping, and in just a minute or so, everything starts popping, and pretty soon the kettle gets full. And then I unplug it, of course, and most of it actually pops. But most people don't do it this way. Most people like the convenience of microwave popping. And if you look at the size of the popcorn display in my Walmart, it has become huge business. You have to look pretty hard to find any unpopped corn. Now there's a bucket full, and that's becoming, kind of a novelty item, but up on my top shelf, that's where the unpopped popcorn is. And remember the days of Jiffy Pop? Well, you can still buy that. It looks a little different than it did. But I remember Jiffy Pop. I also remember my mother burning it every time. And you know, scientists tell us popcorn's been around nearly forever. When the first pioneers came to North America, the American Indians showed them a variety of different kinds of corn. They also found out that with primitive pots and kettles, you could pop it over a fire. Some didn't even put a lid on the kettle. They were willing to let a lot of it fly away. That's the way kettle corn, of course, is done today. Nearly every early American home popped popcorn at one time or another. After the Industrial Revolution and the invention of the movie theater, people ate it there. But then the Great Depression hit. That hyped the sale of popcorn because it was cheap. During World War II, sugar was rationed. Less candy. 3 times the popcorn consumed. After the war, all kinds of hybrids were invented. Several states claimed to be the popcorn capital: Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois, Ohio, and of course, Indiana. And as far as I'm concerned, Indiana is the popcorn capital. After all, that's where Orville Redenbacher did his work. Now, Redenbacher was not just a frontman for a popcorn company. He's the patron saint of popcorn. He worked all of his life developing new hybrids. Even though he died more than a decade and a half ago, his name is still on products that are the biggest sellers in the popcorn industry. And because Indiana is so associated with quality popcorn, one company merchandises its corn with the name Indiana prominently on the front. So whether you pop it outside over an open fire or in a microwave or a popper or an electric skillet or whatever, it's still fun. It's P-O-P-C-O-R-N. It's an American tradition that has swept the world. By the way, don't put too much butter on top, okay? I'm Dennis Daily with your Daily News Update.